So you can come into a Shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. Start to slow down your breath. Inhaling until your lungs are full. And exhaling until you're empty. As you inhale, notice the spaciousness created in your torso, your rib cage expanding. You might imagine that your whole body is expanding a little as you inhale. And each time you exhale, feel that natural releasing quality. As the air lets go, your rib cage settles, maybe your whole body could settle or release a little bit more. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto something else, or you're checked out or overthinking, just as soon as you notice, come back and feel your breath. Slow it down again. And feel how the movement of your breath can affect the pose you're in, even if it's something very simple, like just lying here now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout the practice. So let's begin by sliding arms overhead and stretching out long through your arms and legs. Reaching through your fingers and your toes. And then interlace your fingers and press out through your palms and flex your feet. Pull the toes back towards you, reach through the heels and the heels of your hands. And then release and bring your right knee in. You can grab hold of your right knee, hug it in close, maybe give it a little jiggle, releasing deep into your hip crease. And then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg, wherever it feels right for you. Trying not to overstretch, but going right to your edge. And then flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Bend your knee back in. Open your knee out to the right, just at a slight angle, and you can keep your knee bent or straighten it part way or all the way out to the side. And there's several ways you might support your leg. One way is to have your elbow on the floor and your leg resting into your hand. You could hold higher, but try and keep the left leg grounded, pressing down through the back of the left leg. Let's release, bend the right knee and bring it all the way across for a spinal twist. Open out through the right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, your right arm on a high diagonal. So your right toes reach one way, your right fingers reach the opposite way, like a tug of war. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in and take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And grab hold of just the left knee now. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close. And then straighten your left leg up, holding somewhere behind your leg. Not going beyond your limits, but right up to them. Flex and point your left foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Bend your knee back in. Open your knee out to the left and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the right leg. Feeling where you are, feeling how your breath moves through this shape. And then release. Bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist, first with a bent knee. Then try straightening the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Again, a little circle or rock. Evening out your torso. Little self-massage for the lower back. And then we'll drop the feet to the floor, getting set up for a little bit of core work. Start by drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Interlace your fingers behind your head, and then exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more. Last one. And then release. Send your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Keep going. Try not to use too much momentum or arm strength. It's really abdominals contracting. Let's take one more on this side. And then release and switch again. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Keeping abdominals engaged, but seeing if you can relax your face. Up and down. Let's take two more. Last one. And then switch. Right leg high. This time, take your left arm across, and each time you exhale, reach a little further across. Belly drawing in strongly the whole time. Let's take one more. And then release and switch. Last set, left leg high, right arm across. Take two more on this side. Last one. And then release. Stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in one more time. And then make your way up to sitting. We'll come all the way forward into a high push-up position. Set your hands shoulder width apart, step the feet back, bringing your whole body into a straight, long line. Hands flat and active. Feel a connection between your head and your heels. And then shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up, elbows hugging the sides of the body. Feel free to drop your knees as you lower. Let's come into a back bend. So this could be as low or high as you like, little baby cobra. You might test the waters coming up a little higher, feeling what's right for you right now. Wherever you are, shoulders back and down, away from the ears. And then back to down dog, hips high. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And you might begin by pedaling out the feet, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. You can go back and forth a couple times, waking up calves and hamstrings. And then as you settle onto 2 feet evenly, you're welcome to have your knees bent or straight, heels up or down. Pull the hips up and away from hands, as high up and back as you can. And then let's drop the knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor, finding a relaxed position for your neck and shoulders and arms. And just a reminder that you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one, whether you rest when I'm suggesting it or anytime you need. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little bit more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Lift up through tabletop. Come back through down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. And take any arm position. Arms could just hang, you could link your elbows, but you could also use support through your arms. You might rest elbows on thighs or hands on blocks or ankles. Find a position where you're able to let the weight of your head really drop. Feel the heaviness of your head, lengthening the rest of the spine. And then bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. We'll step up to the front of the mat. Coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. We'll bring hands together at the heart and take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Step or hop your feet back, coming through high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. And please take the time you need for all your transitions. Here we'll take 5 breaths in down dog, or you can come back to child's pose, or come to sitting, or onto your forearms or knees, any neutral shape. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing, sweep the arms high. Exhale, arms press down. Standing tall, mountain pose. Again, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, when you're ready, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. If this would work better for you, you're welcome to drop your left knee to the floor and do this from tabletop. Feeling where you are, what you're doing. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards your right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest, working core strength. Extend it up and back. Take a big step forward, high lunge. If your foot doesn't make it far enough forward, you can pick it up and bring it there, or shimmy the back foot back, getting the distance you need to feel comfortable. Sweep the arms up when you're ready and settle in. Nice deep bend in the right leg, left leg straight and long. Hips are square towards the front. Each time the arms are up, try and drop the shoulders down, so lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. One more breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to your blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go like ragdoll. So if it's difficult to reach the floor, bring the floor up to meet you using blocks, or bend the supporting leg a little or a lot. Reaching that left leg as straight and long and high as you can, but let it be where it gets. Doesn't have to get any higher than you're able. One more deep breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel to the floor on the inside. Sweep the arms up. And then settle in. Deep bend in the right leg. Straight long back leg. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor or to your blocks, pyramid pose. So we're going to straighten the front leg part way or all the way. Going towards hip square, draw that right hip back, towards a flat back, and towards folding. If it's difficult to reach the floor, bring the floor up to meet you. One more deep breath here. Let's release. Make your way to down dog. So you might come through a vinyasa, high to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog. But you can also just step back to down dog or move in some other way. Use the transitions as a time to take care of yourself, doing that in the best way you can. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent left knee. And again, you could do this from hands and knees if that would work better for you. Customizing each thing so it suits where you are right now. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. All right, towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Adjusting your footing as needed. Sweep the arms up. Settle hips low. Lifting through the belly, dropping through the tail so there's a nice opening in the front of the right hip. One more breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and reach that back leg as straight and long and high as you can. Feeling the effort of being here, but can there also be ease? Can you let go? One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel to the floor on the inside. Sweep the arms high. Sink hips low. One more breath. Release, hands to the floor or to your blocks, pyramid pose. We'll straighten the front leg, part way or all the way. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs, going towards hips square, towards a flat back, towards folding, meeting your edge, wherever that is. Because we all have different bodies, these poses will look different. Last breath here. Let's make our way back to down dog. So again, you can come through any movement transition. A vinyasa is one option. It's not the only option. And then settle into a good resting pose, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, or something else. Coming back to slow, deep breaths. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. So the left arm can provide a little support. If you need more support, you might bend your elbow. Reaching out, straight, long right arm. As you reach through your fingers, can you feel that connect through the whole side body? Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Same thing other side, left arm up and over. Big yawning reach. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Let's interlace fingers, press out through the palms. And take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop as you reach the arms straight, and then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels. You might come all the way up or anywhere in between. While you're concentrating on balancing, can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady? And imagine you could keep your head where it is now as you lower the heels. So you grow a little longer as the heels come down, and then unlink fingers and we'll push out through the palms, pull the fingers back towards you strongly. You might even feel a little tingling through the forearms. Curl fingertips down, pull the knuckles in, and then circle the wrists. Big circles both directions. Keep reaching out from the center of the chest. And then release arms down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips low, head high, shoulders low, fingers high. Hips sink back and down as if you're sitting into a chair. Head long, nice long neck. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's come into warrior three. Shift forward and find your balance. Now if you want to make this easier, you can keep your torso high and your leg low. You don't even have to take those left toes off the floor, finding a straight long line from your torso to the left leg. If you want to make it more challenging, you're welcome to tip forward, but keep the torso and back leg connected so they form a straight line at whatever angle you're working. Arms can be out in front of you, out to the side, prayer position, or on your body, feeling for your alignment. One more breath here. Step back, warrior one. Just one breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Make your way back to down dog, feeling what you are choosing to do, whatever that is. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Warrior three, shift forward and find your balance. So you choose your challenge, finding the outer shape that suits your needs. Whatever shape that is, feeling what you're doing as much as you can. Some poses are harder to feel than others. When there's a lot going on, it's easy to get overwhelmed. So can you feel your breath? Can you feel what's touching the floor? Last breath here. Step back, warrior one, just one breath. Release, make your way to a good resting pose through your movement transition. 5 deep breaths, letting go of everything we've just done, everything we might do. Just feeling right where you are right now. Nothing to go over, nothing to prepare for, just simply being. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Come in and step right back to warrior one. From here, let's open out warrior two and then take your time settling in. Right foot and knee point straight to the front of the mat. Left toes turned in at a slight angle. Arms reach long. Let's flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Reverse warrior two. Right arm up, left hand back. Still a deep bend in the right leg. Make sure the right foot and knees still point straight ahead. And then straighten the front leg for triangle. Reach out to come down. You can bring your right hand to your shin, your ankle, a block or the floor. Left arm reaching high, going towards a straight line from one arm to the other. One more breath here. Let's release. Hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. Just taking one thing at a time. Just feeling right where you are. That's all there is to do. And then when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Feeling this. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, one breath. Come in. And step right back to Warrior 1. Open out, Warrior 2, and then take your time settling in. Left foot and knee point straight ahead. Deep bend in the left leg. Right toes turn in at a slight angle. Shoulders dropped, arms reach long. Flip the left palm to face the ceiling, reverse Warrior 2. Left arm high, right hand back. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle, reach out to come down. You can bring your left hand to your shin, your ankle, a block or the floor. Right arm reaches high. One more breath here. This time to release, let's bring both hands to the floor and turn to face the wide side of your mat, bringing both feet to parallel. If it's difficult to reach the floor, feel free to grab your block so that you can support yourself. Let the upper body hang. You're welcome to separate your feet closer or further away from one another. You can bend your knees a little or a lot, using this as a resting pose. Keeping your legs more or less how they are now, walk both hands over to the right. So you might take hold of the right ankle or just go in that direction, stretching this side a bit more, feeling what's being stirred up here. And then come through center and over to the other side. You can grab hold of the left ankle or go in that direction. Let's walk the hands around through center all the way over to right. This time turn to face the back of your mat. So you can lift the left heel so your hips and torso face the back of your mat, and we'll set up for a twist. Left hand stays on the floor, lift the right arm up. If you'd rather take a deeper twist, you're welcome to try a prayer twist with the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Breathing, feeling right where you are. Last breath here. Let's release. Both hands to the floor. Walk your hands around through center, all the way over to the other side. High lunge, left side facing front. You can lift the right heel. And then set the right hand on the floor. Lift the left arm up. or take whatever variation you did on the other side. One more breath here. Let's release. Hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. And settle into a good rest, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, or something else. Letting go. Still keeping the breath slow and deep, whether you're resting or in a very active pose. Let's make our way to sitting. If you want to come back through down dog, you're welcome to. You can also just go ahead and sit. We'll extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back. Inch the heels forward so you get as long as possible on the backs of the legs. And if it feels like the bowl of your pelvis is tipping backwards, you might use a little lift under the hips. Putting something under the hips can help get the pelvis a little more upright. Feel free to use that if it's useful. So we're going to lengthen and fold over the legs, folding as much as you're able, listening to your body. You might grab your feet. If you can't reach your feet, you could either put something around the feet like a strap or go back to having hands on the floor. Each inhale, even more length. Each exhale, folding as much as you're able, meeting your edge. And at any moment, if you need to back out a little, you can. If things let off, you might go deeper. Wherever you are, can your shoulders be dropped so the neck is long? Can your face be relaxed? Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Badokanasana. So you can grab your big toes or your ankles with that grip. Lift the chest, sitting as tall as you can, and then fold any amount. If your elbows meet your legs, you could push into them to help them open, or if it works better for you, you could support yourself with your hands on the floor. Keep going towards length, towards folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Keep the right leg where it is. Open the left leg out to the side. Getting set up for gate pose, Paragasana. Take the right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of that straight leg. Reaching out long. Feel the fingertips stretching, connecting that all the way down to the right hip. And then keeping your torso more or less how it is now, let your head fall towards the floor and take the right arm out and down until your right shoulder pulls down. So you're stretching right side of the neck. Head is falling one way, shoulder pulling the other. Let's press into the bottom hand to come up, and then use that hand to help lift your head, staying nice and relaxed. Same thing other side. Switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big yawning reach. Sit bones grounded, and then reaching out past the tips of the fingers, past the top of the head. And then let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down until your left shoulder pulls down, stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up, and then use that hand to help lift your head. Let's open both legs wide, Upavishta, Konasana, wide angle pose. You're welcome to sit up on something if that helps the pelvis be more upright. You can have hands on the floor behind you the whole time. Or lean forward into your hands, finding your edge. So it could be quite upright, some of you might fold deeper. Try and have the feet and knees pointing straight up. If they fall one way or the other, keep bringing them straight up. Lengthening and folding until you're right at your edge. If it becomes too much, back out just enough so that you're not going beyond your limits. Let's bring the upper body back up, lean back, draw the legs in, give them a little shake out, and then let's come back onto our backs. Bring your knees back in. And then drop your feet to the floor, getting set up for a couple back bends, starting with bridge. So feet hip width apart, parallel. And try and have the feet right under your knees. Press your feet down to lift your hips up. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back and shrug your shoulders underneath you. And kind of rock side to side, shrugging the shoulders under you, lifting the hips as high as they'll go. And then take your arms out of your way, roll down and rest, letting your back release into the floor. Let's come up one more time. Same thing, or any other back bend. And this time stay as long or short as you like, so you might just come up for 1 or 2 breaths. You might take a long hold. Feel what you are doing, whatever that is. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. Let's take Happy Baby as a counter stretch. So you can reach for the insides of the feet and press your feet toward your knees towards the floor. This can be done in stillness or with a little rocking. You can keep your legs bent or try and straighten them one at a time or together. And then release and just check in with your body. What's still needed? Is there any last pose or stretch that you'd like to take before coming into your final resting pose. Is there a part of your body that could use a little attention? So you can wind things down in any way that feels good for you. It doesn't have to be a yoga pose, doesn't have to be anything anyone taught you. Just feeling whatever you are doing. And when nothing else is needed, you can start getting comfortable in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Feel free to adjust your clothing or use props to be more comfortable. Eventually, settling into stillness, letting go of the control of your breath, letting go of the weight of your body, just letting it release back into the support underneath you. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. Bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. Not only today, but all the things you do to take care of yourself. You might let that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining me today.